everybody, Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Super Reviews. Today we'll be doing the review of episode 98. Oh, Uncertainty, a universe despairs. This episode was basically Universe 7 versus Universe 9. You know, Goku was surrounded by a lot of Universe 9 characters towards the end of the last episode. They all decided to jump him. Goku can't take them all at once. And that little thing that you see around Goku's body during the previews was actually a barrier. Goku put up a barrier of ki, which I thought was pretty clever, in order to protect him against the poison from Lavender. Which is something I think Gohan probably should have done, but Gohan probably just didn't think about it at the time. And that makes sense. Goku is more battle savvy than Gohan is. So for him to think of something like that is actually pretty clever. So he blocks off some of that. He fights off against a lot of the Universe 9 characters, and he's doing pretty well, but obviously since they outnumber him, he's having a slight disadvantage. Goku's trying to reserve ki too, which is why he doesn't use Super Saiyan Blue, but that completely contradicts what's going to happen next. Vegeta fights a couple of Universe 9 characters as well, joins in the fray. Goku and Vegeta end up working together in order to fight off the rest of the Universe 9 characters. I believe Frieza and Android 18 fight off a couple of Universe 9 characters as well, but it's just some side ones that, you know, no one was paying attention to anyway. Once that ends up happening, though, you know, Goku and Vegeta end up taking advantage of a lot of them, and Lavender, Basil, and the third one end up combining. Bergamo, that's his name. Bergamo, Basil, and Lavender end up combining to make what I call the Sonic Heroes attack, if you've ever played Sonic Heroes, because even their aura starts to become blue, red, and yellow like Sonic Heroes. I don't know if that was a call out or anything, but that's definitely what it looked like. And they all attack Goku and the others at once. Goku and Vegeta end up transforming Super Saiyan Blue and using Final Kamehameha. Yeah, that's what they end up doing. And they blow them off the ring. And then after that's all said and done, all of the Universe 9 characters are now officially wiped out of the tournament. So the Daishinkan ends up erasing all of them. And once they get erased, yeah, they're gone. Like, their entire universe is gone. All the fighters are gone. Which I thought was kind of weird. I thought all of the fighters would at least stick around, you know, till the end of the tournament. And then they'd just be like, okay, this is the winner. The rest of you guys are going to disappear. At least that's the mindset I thought was going to happen. And it does bring a little ominism in the episode. And the episode basically ends on that cliffhanger. This episode actually does a pretty good job making things ominous. I mean, you know, to wipe out that universe. I didn't take the wiping out of a universe that seriously when this tournament started because Dragon Ball Super doesn't do a good job of raising the stakes. And even now, I still don't think the stakes aren't that highly raised. I know what you're thinking. They literally just wiped out a universe. They killed all a bunch of... Because you can't make the stakes... Let me try to put it this way. You can't... Dragon Ball Z always put the stakes at around an 8, a 9, and then sometimes even a 10 in terms of danger, you know? One of my favorite scenes in Dragon Ball Z history when it comes to threat levels is when everybody kept warning everybody else about Frieza and how they can avoid Frieza and don't fight Frieza, and even Vegeta was sneaking around to not engage in physical combat with Frieza. And then finally, when Goku was healing... and Vegeta gets pissed that they used the last wish on the dragon, Frieza shows up and Krillin just goes, "It's Frieza!" And Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin spot Frieza right there, and they all get shocked that Frieza's there. Because now they know, oh snaps, it's Frieza! We can die! Like, none of us are strong enough to fight him right now, and he's here. We could die. And there's no Dragon Ball, so we can die. Yeah, that was just an imminent threat level that Dragon Ball Z brought. Dragon Ball Super's threat levels have always been on 1 and 2 in terms of, oh snaps, we could die right now. And then they tried to bring this tournament into the picture and make the threat level at 11. because, oh, your universe can get wiped out completely. I don't know. That's just not doing it for me. You can't make the threat levels really low, and then in Goku Black and Future Trunks Saga or whatever, make it kind of higher at a 4. I'm going to say a 4 because they kept going back in time whenever things started looking bad, which is the reset button if you ask me. And then once you're finally done with that saga, you want to crank things up to 11? I don't know. You just... Fear in an anime, or intimidation, has to be gradual. And this wasn't gradual to me. You can't just be harmless. A Frieza that's completely outnumbered by Goku and Vegeta. A god of destruction that loves food, which, no offense to Beerus, but even now, I still didn't think he was much of a threat. I hate to say it like that, too. And then the Goku Black and Future Trunks saga, where they kept going back in time if things start looking bad. You can't go through those levels of threat to, oh, your universe can get wiped out right now. It's just, I don't know, it's too big of a jump to me, if you ask me. And I'm still on the pro side, aren't I? But the reason that this is a pro that their universe got wiped out is because, I don't know, that did bring a level of ominousness, and it was only because of the way that the Angel of Universe 9 and the Daishinkan looked after that universe got wiped out. They looked sort of pleased. And that will dig into a deeper plot, I'm guessing, which will surprise me because I didn't think Dragon Ball Super would have it in them to unlock a deeper plot than what's happening on screen right now. So I will give them a nod of respect for that scene alone, just because I respect the fact that there was some ominousness in wiping out their universe. Not the wiping out of their universe in particular, but the thing that happened after, like how Daishinkan reacted and how the Universe 9 Angel reacted to seeing that universe get wiped out, means that there's a lot more meat here than we thought there was. So, and a lot of people are probably thinking, Tyrone, you're late. The Daishinkan's been, yeah, but those have all been speculation videos. If you watch any of them, I love them. I love them all to death. I love Quaman. I love Geekdom. I've seen their videos. I've seen like the Daishinkan can be evil. I know that. But they've all been speculation. Here we get to see the concrete proof that there's something ominous under there. And I do like that subtlety to it. Well, it wasn't really subtle. The camera sort of zoomed in when they were doing it. But I do like the foreboding of it. This episode sort of was all over the place. I know it's a tournament where a bunch of fights are going to happen at the same time, so it's going to be all over the place. But what I mean by all over the place isn't even the fact that there's a bunch of universes fighting at once. I meant even though Universe 7 and 9 were the only two fighting off against each other towards this episode, these were the highlights, it felt like it was all over the place. And a lot of these characters that were jumping Universe 7 were just jumping Universe 7 for the sake of jumping Universe 7. And they didn't really have any cuss behind them. Other than Bergamo, Lavender, and Basil, I didn't have a reason to care that these fighters were fighting off against Goku and the others. They didn't have any build-up. And even the three I just named, they had a little build-up and not much going for them afterwards. Like Basil, Lavender, and Bergamo didn't do enough in this tournament to make me care that they were a threat. They got wiped out so quickly. They got wiped out before I could even consider them a threat or even consider their existence. So when they got wiped out, I was just like, oh, no, that happened. 3 characters and 7 characters I don't really know just all got wiped out at once. Okay. And the fact that Goku and Vegeta used Super Saiyan Blue for what I think personally they didn't even need to go Super Saiyan for. I'm going to say it right now. Sorry if I made a couple of people disappointed. I don't even think they needed to go Super Saiyan 1 to defeat these guys. Gonna be perfectly honest. Wasn't worth it. These characters weren't memorable enough for me to care. So when they got wiped out, it was just like, okay, whatever. Like I said, the whole reason I like the fact that they got erased was because of not just the fact that they got erased. I could care less. It was the Daishinkan and the Angels' reaction to them getting erased that pulled me in. Overall, this episode was alright. Vegeta and Goku working together kind of bugs me in a way. Well, they sort of fought separately, but they were still fighting together. And I'm not going to say it bugged me. Like, they've fought together before, so that's not a surprise to me. It's just the whole idea of this was when Gohan was like, teamwork's the key here. And then Goku and Vegeta go, screw that, and go off to do their own thing, only to wind up fighting together any goddamn way means that they should have just stuck with Gohan's plan in the first goddamn place. What was the point of even saying screw off to Gohan if they were just going to do their own thing, which eventually wound up with them doing the thing that Gohan just said. Fight together. So they ended up fighting together any goddamn way. And they ended up overkilling their opponents by turning Super Saiyan Blue. But regardless, like I said, that level of ominism was really, there was a chilling moment. Dragon Ball Super actually brought a chilling moment to me, and I gotta say, I'm surprised. Now, when the plot starts to thicken, there's going to be some things that I just go, oh, well about. But I want to try to keep some optimism in this and hope that things get darker. And hopefully they will within this tournament. So, with that said, the next episode is titled, Show Them Krillin's True Power. I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3, out.